guess who's back? I'm coming and hitting you guys with a big one this 2022. I'm really, really excited to be recording, finally carving out time to do this, something that's been on my agenda for a couple of years. Just never got to it. And you just get drips and drabs of content here and there. Not content, let me not call it content, but you know what I mean, recording videos for you guys about vitamin D specifically. So most of you that are here or that have watched my videos before will know that they were centered around me coping and dealing with vitamin D deficiency and just feeling like it would be nice to share the journey because I know so many people go through it and deal with it. And unfortunately, sometimes your doctors don't give you the advice needed or the support needed. So it's nice when you've got like a community of people that you can kind of ask questions to. And that's why the Facebook page was set up. So there is also a Facebook private group called Overcoming Vitamin D Deficiency. It's got over 3,000 people in it. So if you are suffering with vitamin D, I will advise you to try and join the group. If you look for it on Facebook, you will find it and you can request. It's a private group, so it's not open, which is great. It just means that you can have the conversation with like-minded people and any rubbish in there gets blocked. I'm not here for the spamming. So it's just a nice space to ask people questions. I don't have all the answers, so I wouldn't say like I'm on there answering every single thing, but where I can, I do. Where I've got time, I try to chip in. Now, this particular video is a little bit different because I've been dealing with some other stuff apart from the vitamin D deficiency. Now, a lot of you have asked how I'm doing now, and I will kind of address all of that in another video, but as of present, in terms of vitamin D, I would like to say I'm okay. The vitamin D deficiency has crept back in here and there. So I try as much as possible to keep on top of the supplements. And just to kind of, just make sure that I'm trying to keep my levels up. And when I notice it's dipping, because I can recognize the symptoms, I just do what I can to kind of raise them. And I feel like it's not one of those things that it's like solved and then everything's okay. I think you do have to keep on top of it. So that's a little bit of advice for that. Now, in terms of fibroids and anemia, so in case you haven't guessed, I have fibroids and I'm anemic because of the fibroids. It's so annoying, honestly. And for those of you that don't know what fibroids are, they are non-cancerous tumours, so they're benign. But they're a bloody pain in the ass. And fibroids usually grow around the uterus area, so like down below. And they come with a whole host of symptoms. So anyone that's got fibroids, this might be a good one for you to listen to, just so that you know that you're not alone. I've hated dealing with it. My mother has had fibroids and had them treated or dealt with in the past. My aunties have them. So it was always something that I kind of kept on my radar to keep on top of because I knew that there was a possibility that they could creep up. So I was always like aware of it. And I knew what they were and I knew kind of like the symptoms and stuff. So a couple of years back, I noticed I could feel kind of lower abdomen towards the right side. I could kind of feel like hardness there. And it's so funny because I remember like over the months, I would tell my mum that like this feels quite big. Like I'm feeling along and it feels longer than just something small because they vary in sizes, but obviously the bigger they are, the more issues you're going to have. And actually, the first symptom I actually had was my periods. That was actually the first indicator. I was like, my periods are really heavy. So it started off like, okay, it's a heavy period. And then you go to the second month, it's like, okay, it's carried on. Maybe I'm a bit stressed. And third month, you'll be like, And for anyone that's dealt with heavy periods, you will know that they are a bloody pain in the ass. They're so annoying. It's just heavy. And it's just horrible. And it's like, why are you even here? Why am I having to deal with this? But that was actually my first kind of sign, and I'll go more into the periods later, but that was my first kind of sign that this is a thing that I'm potentially dealing with. So let me look out for any signs. So I'd always feel down kind of just on the abdomen, lower abdomen area, just kind of use 2 fingers to feel if there's anything there. And then when I eventually, after a couple of months, I noticed like some kind of hardness there, and I was definitely suspicious that it's probably fibroids. That's funny because I remember telling my mum, she was like, it's not as big as you're saying. I'm like, Mum, it's huge. This is a big one. Okay, not that big, but like, it's a big one. I could feel it. Now, I guess the horrible thing with this whole situation has been COVID. Having to deal with coronavirus has just meant that everything has kind of been put on a back burner. We haven't had like other stuff haven't had priority, because obviously that's taken priority in most institutions, hospitals, whatever you might call it. So just even getting like a doctor's appointment was hell. I didn't even see my doctor. My doctor called me and I was like, okay, these are my symptoms. I really think I need this seen to, because it feels quite big and the periods are getting heavier and heavier. So is this something that I can see someone about? And I think it took about 6-7 months for me to get an appointment to see a gynecologist. And then the gynecologist ordered a what's it? What are they called again? I forgot the name. It's ultrascan. The scan. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name. But ultrasound. That's what I had. It was a pelvic ultrasound. And I remember when I was on there, they were doing the ultrasound, the lady said to me, oh, it's a big one. And I was like I've been saying this. And I was upset because I was just thinking, oh, all this time has gone by. This thing's just got bigger and bigger. I'm here trying to like go through the motions and deal with the heavy periods and the bloating, which again, I'll go into after. But it's just like annoying. But I guess it was a little bit of a relief to find out that it wasn't anything worse than fibroids, and there's actually something I could do about it. So after having the discussion with the gynecologist, it was like, okay, we're going to take them out, but we want to do an MRI. I've had the MRI done, just waiting now. So that's where I am in terms of the process. I'm just waiting now to have the actual what's that thing? I can't remember the words of this stuff anymore. To have the operation scheduled so that I can have them taken out. So that'll be a whole conversation within itself. So anyone, shout out to anyone dealing with fibroids, because they're bloody, hate them, so annoying. So I'm gonna now go into the symptoms of this stuff, right? So as I told you before, the first thing is the periods. Now I wanna let you know that my periods have progressively got worse. Like, I think I said they've got bigger, the fibroids have got bigger, the periods have just got worse. And I'm talking about the kind of bleeding that means I don't go out, like around my periods. Like, I will do everything to not go out. As soon as I know my period's coming, I'm like, okay, stock up on sanitary products, any food I need for my house. Like, just make sure that there's no reason I need to go out, especially for like the first 3 days. Like, there should be no reason why you're going out. If it's work, just making sure that it's, everything I can do is remote. Because I'm bleeding that much. And not to gross people out, but we're talking like I'm filling up a pad in half an hour. And it's annoying. It's like, you know, I always talk to my sister and my mum about it, and I'm like, this bloody thing is frustrating me because I'm losing so much blood. And then we've got the pain that comes with it and the lightheadedness that comes with it. Like, bloody hell, if you know how dopey I am around this time, I'm literally like, whoa, like I'm so lightheaded because of the blood I'm losing. So lightheaded, so I feel so out of sync. And you know what periods are like anyway. On a normal day, periods are not great. You have all these symptoms that come with it. And then to be losing loads of blood on top of it and to have all these horrible symptoms, it's just like, this is rude. This period is rude and disrespectful. And this is what I'm having to deal with. But trying to navigate through that, I guess, through all of that. But I guess, again, the annoying thing about it is it's led to me being anemic. And with the anemia comes a whole host of other things as well. It's so funny. Like, I could literally sit here and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, because being anemic is like the worst thing if you want to be productive, you want to do things, because the tiredness, so tired. I've started taking supplements, but like before I was taking supplements, I would just sleep. I mean, sleep is cool, but just the type of sleep you get with vitamin D deficiency, that knockout kind of, I'm exhausted, I can't do anything. And I'm also finding that I'm really short of breath as well. Like, I'll go walking or whatever, and it's just like, it can even be within my flat. I can walk from here to there, and I'm like, out of breath again, because there ain't no blood here. I'm losing all the blood once a month. And then my body's having to just, I don't know what I'm running on at the moment. Just vibes and water, I guess. But the being out of breath, the shortness of breath is, oh, again, that's another one that's like super, super annoying. So yeah, dealing with the anemia is a headache, a real headache. And yeah, that, as I said, it comes with all that stuff. And I crave ice like no one's business. I love ice. Like I go through bags of ice a week, just eating ice. And apparently that's a symptom, something called picker, I think they said, where you just crave like weird foods. Some people crave dirt, some people it's ice. For me, it's ice. And I love myself some ice, so I'm just out here crunching on ice anytime I can get some ice. Now, if I want to talk about some other symptoms that come with fibroids, bloating. Can we talk about bloating? Like, I'm out here looking pregnant and I'm not. And it's so embarrassing sometimes because I'll be out for dinner or whatever it is and I'm having to undo my button because my stomach will literally be like 3 times the size. There's been times where I've taken pictures and I'll see if I can find any and share them. But like I've taken pictures of my stomach because my stomach's been so big, like bloated, and it's hard in terms, like you touch my stomach feels hard. It's painful as hell. Like whenever I'm describing it, I'm like, it's like you're blowing air into something and there's nowhere else for the air to go. So it becomes painful, it's like pushing. So bloating that can just be horrible. And I feel like because I deal with IBS as well, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting a double portion of bloating. Like, and I don't even know. It's like fibroids, everything's killing me. It's so annoying. But the bloating is definitely horrible. Back pain. Back pain is terrible too. Like I hate that. The back pain is usually worse when you're actually on your period, but kind of like a lower back pain. Although I say that, I'm getting a weird pain upper mid to the left side of my back, and I noticed that it does activate more so when my period is due, which is really weird, and I don't know what that's to do with. I don't know whether there's something there. I've tried to do some research and it doesn't seem to correlate, but I do get a weird pain there, and it's honestly just specifically when I'm due on my period, and then maybe till shortly after my period, then I get like a week or so of a break. And as you guys know that deal with periods, it's like, when do we really have a break? Like once a month. It's like there's not really much of a break there with that. So yeah, the back pain, urination, frequent urination. I'm always going to the toilet. I've always got to go have a wee. Just like I could have gone. I don't know, like 20 minutes ago, and then I'm like, oh, I need to go to the toilet again. And they say that happens because it's like pushing against the bladder, and then you just like want to urinate. So frequent urination is one. And then things like constipation, which I don't need to go into. I think we all know what constipation is. And other stuff that's just like, it's annoying. And I think the feeling out of sync stuff, like I said, dealing with the symptoms that come with anemia has been horrible. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a whirlwind, to put it that way, trying to like deal with everything. I feel like everything wants to attack me. Vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin this, anemia, iron deficiency, everything wants to come after me. But I thought I'd share that. I don't really have any specifics to say about it or what I'm doing. I'm just trying to navigate through this. And as I said, if people want me to, I can keep you posted with how it's going with getting the op and the kind of supplements that they're hopefully going to put me on for the anemia. At the moment, I'm taking, I forgot the name of the one I'm taking, but I'm taking like a daily slow release supplement for the anemia, and I would say that has definitely improved stuff that I was dealing with. It's not that I don't still have it. I do still have, especially like I said, the shortness of breath is really, really, really frustrating, and the tiredness, but they have got better for sure, 100%. And that's why I know it's that's causing it. Yeah, I'm just hoping that like sooner or later this can all be done because I am tired. I just want the fibroids out and I want to be able to just be kind of like back to some form of normality. And then let's see what happens. Maybe vitamin D will come and attack me. The deficiency will come and attack me. Let me not even put that out there in the universe. But yeah, that's it. So anyone that's going through that's got fibroids at the moment, you know, hold tight you. I know it's not easy. It's quite common for Black women. I think they said it's like a third of black women get them, and then the chances of you getting them doubles once you turn 35. Now, I'm not 35 just yet, but I mean closer to 35 than I am 15. So it's definitely like, ugh. It's annoying that that's a factor. And it's interesting because I was trying to do research on why that's the case. And they're saying that there could be some genetic factors, things like black women being more stressed. Hello. Just having to deal with all that stuff. And like our diets and all this kind of stuff that could potentially contribute to it. But I don't know. I don't know much about it in terms of like a scientific, the scientific stuff. But yeah, I was interested as to like why it happened, because as I mentioned before, my mum's sisters, like, it's so common in my family. So I was like almost expecting it, to be honest, which is sad, but I was like, it's gonna happen soon. But anyway, I won't babble on too much. I just want to share that with you. This is where I am with it. I'm gonna hopefully have these taken out. These bad boys will come out. And if you want to hear more about that and you want me to talk about that, let me know. I will do. Anyone that's dealing with it, hold tight you. I am sorry. It's horrible. And I wish you a speedy recovery. And please do share like any tips you got, anyone that's like dealing with heavy periods, and if there's anything in particular that you're doing that's helpful with that. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, they did put me on something that was supposed to help reduce my periods, and they have offered me things like contraception. So there was things that they offered, like to put me on the pill to help stop the periods and stuff like that, which I declined because I didn't want to. And then they actually gave me, I forgot the name of the pill they gave me to help like in my periods, but I haven't been able to get a re-up on my prescription. So hopefully I get that soon, because that helps a bit. But yeah, I just out here dealing with that, basically. Thank you guys for listening. Please, again, comment, like, subscribe, put whatever you want to put down below. It would be great to find out if anyone else is dealing with it and how they're dealing with it. And if anyone has some like scientific, things that they can drop in there, I'm always open to learning more about it, so that navigate this healing. But thank you so much, guys, and I wish you guys a happy day. Bye.